Hello guys, welcome to Sew Beginnings by Honeybees Design. I'm your host, Kristen Ford, but if you've been here before, well, you already know that. If you haven't been here before, well, welcome to my channel. I'm glad to have you here. Hopefully you'll check out a few of my videos, and if it's content you like, why not hit that subscribe button and maybe even that like button and hang out with us for a little while. But anyways, let's get on to what I'm doing. As y'all know, I am making a batch order of the NCWs. I have an overwhelming amount of pattern pieces that I'm getting ready to start sewing together on the new industrial machine. And while it's a little scary, I'm pretty... So, according to the pattern piece, and as I've told y'all before, I don't usually give out the pattern details, but this is in many places on the internet, very easy to find, so I don't mind saying it. But every zipper, I need 12 zippers, so I have upped my bag making now to 12 at one time, because I got a call from my mom and she was interested in one of the wallets. So I just want to make sure that I actually have stuff on the website to sell. Everything sells so quick before I get it up there. And so that's where this whole production selling came into effect. Instead of making one wallet at a time, I'm making several at a time. And that gives people, one, options, and two, the ability to purchase. Because it seems like when I make them, as I'm making them, people are enjoying them and wanting to purchase them, so they don't quite make it to the website. But production selling means that I make more in hopefully less amount of time, and that gives everybody a chance to see them being made as well as purchasing them. But anyways, away from the business part, let's get to the fun stuff. Tonight I am attaching my zippers. I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, I don't usually give out pattern details, but all your zippers need to be 6.5 inches. So what I do is, and most bag makers, they do not keep these metal stops. Oh, of course you're going to be fuzzy. Why wouldn't you? This camera and me, we just... Okay, so on my zippers, I do not keep these metal stops. So what I'll do is I'll measure out from the center. If I need 6.5 inches, I am going to do 3 1/4. I'm going to measure from the middle. So here, I'm going to place my zipper down. I'm going to put this in the center, hopefully, and I'm going to do 3 1/4 inch this way and 3 1/4 inch this way, and I'm going to mark them. If I have a marker, that is. Hello? Any markers available? Sometimes winning's losing. Okay, this is the traditional zipper that comes on here. I'm going to go ahead and pull this one off. If you can see it right here. And I'm going to keep this one. So what I'll do is I'll go over to the sewing machine, and like I did before, and I will sew both ends. And okay, so I've went through all of my bags, and I have added zipper pulls to each bag, as you can see. And all I'm going to do now is go to the very end of the zipper, and I'm just going to add some stitches right here, because if you were to pull this zipper while you were sewing and accidentally pull it off, it's going to come off. So I'm simply just going to put my presser foot down and put my needle down and just sew over it. These are nylon coils right here. This is nylon coil, so you can sew over it, which is very accommodating, especially for a new bag maker, because I can't tell you how many times I have accidentally pulled my zipper off. Okay, so zippers are done, and all of our zipper pulls are put on them. Again, I have sewed all the sides on each end just to secure the zipper pull in there. Now, as I said, we are doing a bulk order of the NCW by Emmeline Bags, and in the pattern it has you to do for the card slots. So the first thing we're going to do is the card slots. Guess I should have said that. But in the pattern it has you do 2 separate card slots, and instead of doing that, I have watched other bag makers that do the same bag and or same wallet, and they just combine them. So you take, if you look at the pattern piece, it gives you a measurement, and instead of doing that measurement, I have doubled them, so that way in the end I can take these card slots, cut them in half, and I've got 2, and that saves me a lot of time from doing one at a time, because as you see, this is a lot of card slots, and then that would have doubled. So I've just doubled the size. I'm going to do the card slots, and in the end cut them in half, and I will have 2 separate card slots for each wallet. If you remember, on the NCW you have card slots here, and then again you have card slots here at the end. So there's 2 separate sections of card slots. There's a lot of card slots in this wallet, and this will just help to save time. And well, again, this is production sewing, so I want to get as much done in as little as time as possible and learn how to manage my time a little better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, per pattern instructions, I'm going to open my card slots up. I'm going to measure my card slots. I'm going to do an accordion fold, and if you've never seen an accordion fold, it's basically like this. It's an accordion fold. It keeps pulling your... Sorry, I have to use the iron for this because, as you can see, I use really good interfacing. I want to make sure these card slots stay. So you're going to do an accordion fold, which means I'm going to use the iron to fold these up like this and make card slots where we can put our cards in there. So next step, card slots.
And moving past who is right and who is wrong, and sometimes leaving's all I've got, even when I know it's 'cause our love is too strong for that kind of talk to be more than a thought. If you were the stars and if I was the sky, I'd be jealous just to see you feeling up.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to top stitch 1/8 of an inch. 1/8 of an inch is very, very... Well, I guess you need to see what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to top stitch 1/8 of an inch all the way down each one of these slots. All the way down them.
It's just to see you feeling others lonely night, so I'm telling.
Okay, so after doing all of the top stitching that we discussed, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut in between these sew lines. So if you remember correctly, I said to draw a line down the complete center of the bag, or of the credit card slots, and then top stitch on each side. So here's 2. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put these right sides together, and we're going to sew on this bottom. And I believe the pattern says 1/4 of an inch.
I love you, sundown to sunrise, sundown to sunrise.
We are currently on the credit card slots, and as I said before, let me go ahead and zoom in so you can see the stitching. Again, I had to figure out the stitching for this fabric because for some reason it was getting all wonky. But anyways, you want to do 2 lines right here. One is going to close in your right side, the other is going to close in your left side, and I hope I am putting that correctly on the left and right side because I believe it's on camera, it's mirrored. So what I like to do is to get a credit card and just check and make sure that all things are adding up and that a debit or credit card actually fits in there nicely. Boom. Guys, it's working. Okay, so all our card slots are fitting perfect, nice and snug. You want them to be nice and snug because they're going to loosen up over time. Don't forget, right sides together. On the bottom. I said 1/4 of an inch before, so we're going to stick with that 1/4 of an inch. I did sew these a few minutes ago when my thread wasn't working very well, or my tension, because I don't follow my rule. Anytime you change your thickness in fabric, change your needle, change your material, there's always going to be a tension change as well. So because this is a new machine, I'm going to have to learn how to work with that. It's definitely new to me. On my Novice BQ 2450, I just sewed. I would change the stitches. That was it. So learning this machine, it has been a journey. But anyways, okay, 1/4 of an inch. So now that I've got you guys in a good view on these two cameras, and this one's not stressing me out. I'm just kidding. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is our zipper tabs. And when you work on a zipper tab, are you familiar with a zipper tab? That's the first question. Zipper tabs are the little stops on each side of the zipper. So a lot of times you will have a little piece of metal where you see these sew lines, and that stops your zipper from running itself right off. Right? Well, instead of doing that, we are going to make these look a little more aesthetically pleasing. We're going like putting them on each side. So we put right sides together, just like this. We're going to put them on the ends of our zippers, lining up our edges. Put this one here. Just make like a little sandwich. Just sandwich them up. I'm going to show you in this camera. And you can already see right here. So go ahead and let's put a clip on that. Then we're going to move our zipper pull. And we're going to do the same thing to this side. I'm going to pick, oh, I like this looking like paper. That's cute. And what about that for the back side? I like that too. Okay. We're going to sandwich these up. Now, these are supposed to be a certain size. I think it's, zipper tabs are usually 1.5 by 1, I think. I'm sure I just cut them however I go through my scrap pile and get some out. Oh, right sides together, don't want to forget that. Okay, with our right sides together, got a little sandwich, and let's clip that. Okay, then we're going to go to the sewing machine, and let me zoom you in on this one since this seems to be a better view on the camera. Okay, so we have tabs on each end, right sides together, so this one's wrong. We want our right sides together. If you ever see in a pattern piece and it says RS, that means right sides. WS, you guessed it, wrong side.
And if I was the sky, I'd be jealous just to see you feel another's lonely night. So I'm sending you a message through a broken satellite.
So once we have all of our zipper tabs done, we want to go ahead and, where are my scissors? Well, let's use these for now. Go ahead and cut your tabs off to be even with the zippers. So I'm just going to cut these tabs off. And I'll show you on one. That way you're not being bored watching me do all of them. Okay. Oftentimes what people do is they make what's called a zipper sandwich. And that looks like this. You take one of your outer zipper pockets and you have a longer side, so we will look at this and see which side is longer, and that's this one. And we want to do right sides facing together, and I like my, why do I feel like that's not on there right? Yeah, I like my, oh no. I confuse my own self sometimes. I like my zippers to the left when they're closed, so I'm going to do right sides together. And here is another good time to use your tape. Just to make sure we don't have any shifting.
The only way to feel the pull of you and me. It took our whole world going black, oh, and fading fast, just to finally see that all that we have is all that we need. Everywhere the stars, and if I was the sky, I'd be jealous just to see you feel another's lonely night.
So, once we have that done, we are going to fold it all together. Now, anytime you're working with a pocket or anything, you always want to leave your zipper open because you have to flip it inside out. And once we sew everything, if that zipper's not open, well, you've just sewed your bag or your pocket shut with no way to open it and no way to flip it. So make sure that zipper's open.
I'd be jealous just to see you feel another's lonely night. So I'm sending you a message through a broken satellite. It was always you.
So I thought, now that I have literally done everything wrong that you could possibly do when making this wallet, I thought I would, hopefully, now that I have it together, I can make this batch, which should have been all done already, but I kept messing up, and record it, and then that way my mama can see her wallet being made, and my sister's wallet's in here also. So I'm going to record this in fast mode.
It was always you. Can't help myself. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Can't help myself.
what I'm doing right now is I am going around all of my exteriors and linings. And if you can see, there's these little pieces that I've missed, or the stitch isn't strong as it should be. I want to make sure that I mark and catch all of those. Okay, this is on manual focus. I don't know how that works, but I'm hoping this works out. Anyways, it is rivet time. And while my rivet press does have a hole punch, I think I'm going to try to use my husband's leather punch. He's got some leather tools, and I want to, instead of having to change out my rivet dies each time, I'm going to see if this will make it easier. So, I've never used this before. But then again, I've only used a rivet press a couple of times. So, we'll see how this works. But, these are the wallets I am riveting. I've made, as I told y'all, a couple more of the Starlight wallets. And these have the white vinyl on the back. Let me see if I cover my face, if you can see that. So, I've made 2 more of those. We have 3 of the purple cork and flower. One is going to my sister, so I'm fixing to add all of these to the website. I have 3 of these, and I think I might try to go with rose gold rivets in these. I think those will look the best. I hope so anyways. And then I have 3 of these black and spotted teals, and these actually turned out really good. I like these. I like the white one, but I think I like this one better, so I'm just learning, and it seems like the more practice I get, the better I'm getting. 1 with my stitches, and 2 with my color combinations. And then I have this one that was made specially for my mom. She actually requested she came and picked out the fabric. This little butterfly cork, if you can see that. I don't like this manual focus. Hold on. There we go. Alright, so this, yeah, that's so much better. Cancel. I'm going to redo this. Where's my button? Hello, button. There you are. Have a great night. Don't forget, be inspired.
Sometimes